Hey, welcome back to Rock Stardust. My name is Robbie, and today we're having a look at the Stranglers, seventh album, Feline. Much maligned in some quarters of Stranglers fans. It's very much black and white, but it's not the black and white album, which is great. But you know, it's divisive in the sense that there's the people that absolutely love it, and there's a lot of people that can't stand it. And it's essentially because it was such a shift away from their post-punk sound. Even after La Folie was quite different in its own way as well. Look, it is what it is, but it's actually an album that I really, really dig. And for a lot of people, they absolutely love it. So what you're looking at is this puppy here, yeah? And just before I forget, please do remember to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. It helps grow the channel. Leave your comments in the comment section. So, Feline, the Stranglers, all right? That amazing, amazing cover of the Black Panther there, right? All elegance and sinister at the same time. You know, it's like the sophistication there of like the European female or the feline, but beneath the surface it's not too predictable. All right, so there's still that little bit of element of danger there. So yeah, the album was recorded at ICP Studios in Belgium. Produced by the band and Steve Churchard, who also did the engineering. And they even had Tony Visconti come in to do the mixing of the tapes in the last week. But yeah, so I mean, in terms of the album itself, it was quite successful. It did dent the charts in the UK, but it was very, very popular in Europe, especially France. So it became a gold album there. So it actually lifted their profile massively. So they did some huge tours following on, and they built their reputation. So the album is all about that Europe, bringing together that European sound, and with the experimentation, with some sophistication, using synthesizers, programmed drums, electric drums, acoustic guitars. So a massive shift from where they'd been, but the band themselves were really excited about, going for it, and venturing into new territory, which they always got really excited about. So, once you give it a lot of listening, it really does grow on you. It's just getting through that, veneer and actually appreciating the songs for what they really are, and the actual style and elements in place, So side one starts off with Midsummer Dream, which is pretty awesome, very stylish, atmospheric, very European sounding. It's got the spoken word by Hugh. It's got the awesome keyboard from Dave Greenfield to sort of open it up. It's quite cinematic in that sense, and JJ's bass just purrs away there, So no, it's a cool track, and it sets the album up really well. And that was the first single released off the album. Yeah, track 2 is It's a Small World. It's a cool track. I think that guitar part at the start, those chords, the descending chords, sound really cool. That sort of keeps going through the song. The bass sort of plods away. It's got a pretty good sort of bandy feel there, I think it does a good job, and it's got that synth element again, and it kicks in with those programmed drums. You really notice it on this track. Yeah, Ships That Pass in the Night. That's the third track. That's really groovy. It's got a cool JJ bass. The keyboards, it's got this cool flourish. The the drums just work fine. It's a cool track. Ships that pass in the night. Building on a theme of songs along those lines. The European Female finishes up side 1. Just an awesome track, you know. I knew she was a feline. She moved with style and grace. Her green eyes held mystery. That's a great line. So JJ Burnell sings this. Very sultry, very cool. Evokes a certain sense of, you know, sophistication. You know, the European female melded with the feline. You know, the big cat there, and it all sort of works so well. Absolutely awesome track. This was the second single released off the album. On that European Female track too, JJ does say that, you know, it's especially good music for after hours recreation, if you know what I mean. Yep, he puts it in quite different term. But yeah, so opening up on side 2, you know, Last Tango in Paris. Well, it's an interesting song. Very, a little bit strange actually. It's just quite poetic and a little bit trippy, this one. I wouldn't say it's my favourite track, but it's still got some very key elements there. Track 2 on side 2 is Paradise. I absolutely love this song. It's awesome. So JJ Burnell sings it again. This one's really grown on me. You know, it's got his girlfriend at the time singing on it as well. The beautiful Anna von Stern. So that just adds an element to that, you know. But I think this is a really, really cool song. It's actually probably, you know, I'm surprised that it didn't chart higher. More like, you know, European Female. But it's a cool track. And it's got a real, I don't know, it sort of reminds me a little bit of you know, Hits for UK when Mick Jones had his girlfriend Ellen Foley singing on it. I don't know why, but there's sort of feels like that sort of feeling, you know. So he had at the time he had his girlfriend there. Jet had his girlfriend, and you know, Greenfield had his girlfriend Dave, and but Hugh didn't. So there you go. But no, yeah, she was awesome, and that's got something special about it. That song. I really dig it. The feel of it. Now, All Roads Lead to Rome is the next track. Really good, strong JJ bass. It just pounds away and has some key elements there again with the, you know, the acoustic guitars and the synth and the you know, the drums. You know, those sort of electronic drums. But it works really well. It's a good track. Next track on side 2 is Blue Sister. Really cool track. It's one of my personal favorites. It's got a real traditional Stranglers sound to it. Great strong bass. This one growls. Okay, and it's got some great elements. But yeah, it's very getting back to that raw Stranglers sound, but it's done brilliantly. It's a really great track. And Never Say Goodbye caps off the album. No, well, you know, in terms of tracks on the album, it's not up there for me. It's unusual, and I think that's even, you know, accentuated with Hugh Cornwall's really unusual delivery of the lyric of the song, especially the way he says goodbye. You know, it's I think it's probably deliberate, but yeah. Anyway, so it caps it off. It works to sort of finish the album off as an end point. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the album itself, absolutely for the right mood, it's a great album to play. If you just want to have something that still has that engaging Stranglers sound, where they're playing it, their musicianship is at the top of their game. on this album too. Their playing is incredible, but just in that right mood and get that vibe. You know, it's got something very sensual and you know, at the same time a little bit unsettling, which still sits well with that whole Stranglers piece, and what a great band they are. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this this video on Feline. As I said, much maligned album. There's 2 Stranglers camps out there on it, but I think it's well worth giving some light. And to me, it fits really well into their catalogue. And you know, as JD says, they were just going to go for it and do what they wanted to do anyway. And this is something that a path they took, which was courageous, but it opened up, you know, more of that moving into the 80s there, moving on to other work like songs like Skin Deep, etc. But I do think this fits really nicely into the catalogue, and it is an absolutely fantastic album cover. I mean, that is so cool. And that you know, that Black Panther there, that reminds me of, you know, JJ Burnell a little bit, because his bass playing still growls on this album. Not as full on as, say, your Nice and Sleazy's there, but it's still got that pounding sound, and you know, and the band do a great job using those different instruments and the way they perform it and see out this this vision. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the this take on Feline. Be more to come. Please do like and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.